Welcome to our African adventure. I'm Judith Upton of Olympia, Washington State, USA. My husband Mark and I turned 62 in Hanga Abbey in the fall of 2004. Where in the world is Hanga? Well, if you find a map of Africa, find Tanzania on the east coast, you'll see Dar es Salaam right on the Indian Ocean, its capital city. And if you travel southwest from there, you end up in Hanga. The adventure began at St. Martin's College in the late 90s when I was working in the International Student Department and met Brother Fulgens Maluwili, who was studying electronics. He came back to the United States to attend the Gathering of the Heart of the Nations conference and stayed with us. When he left, he invited us back to his home. And we went from why to why not and began preparing. We had our own built-in Swahili tutors, Brother Nolasco and Sister Redempta, who are still studying at St. Martin's College. We collected donations of educational and medical supplies to hand carry over with us. People were generous. We had friends who helped us worry about whether or not we would see lions. We never did. Whether or not we would see snakes, only behind glass. And whether or not we would see bugs. This was the most ferocious. It took 2 days to fly from Seattle through Amsterdam to Dar. We had a customs inspector who recognized the name Hanga, didn't ask if everything that we brought was for our personal use, and waved us through.
This is our biggest city.
Yeah.
It's like New York for us.
Yeah. Exactly, like Chicago or something.
It's a 15-minute drive from the airport to the guest house. It was our first impression of Africa, and we were surprised at how tropical it seemed, how much like Hawaii. We weren't prepared for the locked, gated entrance. We were quite comfortable here, where they take care of not only internationals like ourselves, but also their own community when they're ill and recovering from malaria.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is like crazy.
Stop taking photos.
We were pleasantly surprised by the beach at the Indian Ocean and the number of shells that we found. We weren't prepared for the hustle and bustle and chaos of the town, the people, the traffic, the buses. If we had not had Fulgens as our host, we would have been riding a Scandia bus as we left Dar es Salaam and headed out for the country. We were surprised by the number of people and bikes on both sides of the road going in both directions. We had our own private instructions on the use of bamboo juice for making fermented beverages. The landscape changes were overwhelming. Malnutrition has caused the swollen belly on this young man.
This is now something. Yeah, everyone trying to do some professional something.
Yeah.
It's good that they are involved in business rather than just stealing or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Jesus power.
I'm glad.
Na msafara unakuja. The police pass. Yule pale amemwambia gari weka pembeni, bado anaendelea kwenda.
See, in the U.S., people would get out of the car and see what is going on and honk their horn.
Yeah, sure.
Huyu hapa.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sure.
This colorful mural of Pentecost was done by a German priest. Because the main highway goes right through the park, animals are often visible right beside the road. There was a sisal field at the edge of Morogoro. It was a large industry at one time, used for making ropes, but now synthetics like plastics have taken over the market. A roadside stop for a picnic lunch was my first occasion to be told that I could go to the bush. I also learned how to go and pick flowers. Just about the time you thought you'd caught your breath, there was always the unexpected. From cowhides stretched drying in the sun for drumheads to baskets handmade and hanging from the trees alongside of the road. Sangea, the last town on the map before we leave the main road and head out to Hanga. Here the surprise is imports that the West has made. The beer, the Coke, and the music.